Of course, shortly after, many of the opposition leaders were released. But the tension, the danger of riots, racial riots, like in 1969, was very real. And because of that, we had to use the ISA. But this time around, the 3 people were detained. And we don't see any tension. Are there, do you know of any people wanting to leave the country because they fear this country is going to go up in flames? There is none. And yet the government detained these people. And it is a measure of the sloppiness of the decision that they have to release these people after only a few days. They hadn't done their homework. They did not have a proper case prepared before detaining people under the ISA. In the end, they came up with this very foolish explanation that they detained Teresa Koch because they wanted to protect her, which is a lot of nonsense. You see, the ISA has its uses. So now the world cannot condemn us for having the ISA. You know, America detained people for years without trial in Guantanamo Bay, in Abu Ghraib, and they even torture people. And Britain also arrest people without trial. And they wanted to detain people for a longer period, accepting that some judges objected. So we are not the only one using the ISA or detention without trial. But we must use the ISA very, very prudently, only when it is justified, when there is real tension, when there is fear of conflagration, the country going up in flames, racial riots and all that. At that time, by all means, use the ISA. Not because Teresa Koch says something which you don't like or the Prime Minister doesn't like. That is the wrong reason. So, well, maybe some people say that we should abolish the ISA. But before you abolish, like all things, you must study first the implications. Because when you rush into something because of pressure from outside, you may be doing the wrong thing. I feel that it's time that the ISA is studied and probably modified, because even during my time, I tried to modify it, but I met resistance from the enforcement side. So I had to leave it at that. But maybe now we are very safe. We can gather here without fear. So I think we should change a little the ISA. With regard to my Raya, thank you very much. I enjoyed my Raya. I had an open house. I had an open invitation to all the bloggers. And you know, I have 8 million people who have accessed my blog. So I feared that I was really worried that 8 million people might turn up. No, they didn't turn up. But the number which turned up finished all the food that I had prepared. So I'm very glad that I take this as a measure of their well, I wouldn't say support, but they don't regard me as some kind of enemy who should be avoided. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for all the questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the overwhelming response and size of disappointment, we will allow 2 more questions from the floor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tun, My name is Muhammad Taqib bin Roslim, and I'm a final year, final sem mechanical engineering student. Over here, Tun, you can see.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
So actually my question is related to the topic today, which is national identity. All right, now you have mentioned that the Indians and Chinese can be practically identified as Malay if they are willing to conform to the 3 elements in the constitution, right? Which are practice Malay culture and tradition, speak Malay language, and is a Muslim. So now I have quite a number of Chinese and Indian friends who practically assimilate Malay culture. They wear baju kurung to lectures, they eat Malay foods, they enjoy listening to Malay songs, and they speak perfect Malay language. The only thing that hinders them from being identified as Malay is religion. Their unwillingness to choose Islam as their religion has kept them from the main community. So now you have compared with the Arabs and the Lebanese in Australia, who practice Australian culture and speak perfect Australian English with perfect Australian accent. Now they find themselves no problem to blend in with the white main community in Australia. So my question is, don't you think that national identity and national integration is easily achieved if we just keep it to only Malay culture and Malay language and not religion, since you have mentioned that we cannot force people to embrace Islam? And this is the last question that is passed to me by somebody just now. From the current situation, seems that people miss you so much and love to hear your comment, idea, and suggestions. They felt that you still have the in your administration way and style. So would you come back to the government like Lee Kuan Yew become mentor minister, and even Putin of Russian become the prime minister? Thank you.
Yeah, I have cited the case of Australia, where immigrant people who actually in this case they were born in Australia. They came from other countries, but they live in Australia and they were born in Australia, and they speak Srine or Australian version of English, and that is about all that which identifies them with the Australian. I stated this because language is an important thing, and people who take up the language and speak it well, then it's easier to communicate between the people of the Malays in particular. Now, there is a problem of religion. The Australians are not all Christians. The white Australians, some of them are agnostics, some of them are Protestants, some of them are Catholics, some of them have